am I going to get tonight?
We're about to find out, brother. We are live on the good old tube. How you living today?
Wow. Well, guys,
we'll give people a chance to tune in here. We've only got one viewer so far. Give them some minutes to funnel in, so we can share with them the exciting new upgrades. Up to 18 now. What's up, everybody? Gabriel, Bass for Life, Tony Daniel. Good evening, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. Kelly and I just got done having a really late lunch. Been both pretty busy, and welcome to the newest edition of Watch Kelly Work. As one of the comments suggested, we should rename this whole series. Tina, hello. My man M Hawk, Sean, what's going on, everybody? AZ is in the house. Tim Kovacs, what's up? What's up, Will? All right, Kelly, how we living, man? It's been a couple days since we had the last update, right? About 3 or 4 days now.
Yeah.
Got through the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're not messing around right now. We're getting down and dirty.
What did we get down? What did we get accomplished on the last go to give these guys an update in case they haven't seen the last documentary?
I've been doing a lot of fab work, fabrication. Besides the the paint, sealed it and bling the interior.
It's a little messy right now. It's a working space.
Blacked it out. We're gonna get a great contrast with the C deck. Once that C deck hits, it's gonna pop. This wood grain's not giving any justice right now, but once the C deck hits there, man, this thing's gonna pop. It's gonna blow up. And it's going to finish off really nice. And the great thing about it is that typically most bilges are black anyways, you know. And on an aluminum boat, the whole boat, basically this whole boat is a bilge. So that's saying it's clean, looks good, and you can see anything that hits the deck or anything inside the bottom, you can find it, pick it up, you know. It'll be good for maintenance. It just makes it looks finished. It really does. It accents it and looks very finished. And hey, how many boats out there? 14-foot Valcos with a 24-volt system. I mean, you got 24-volt trolling motor, another battery for your house battery, electronics. I say house battery is what everything runs off of. Your electronics, accessories, etc., etc.
Bilge pumps, aerators,
and right to a Perco. How many aluminum boats out there, 14-foot Gregors out there got a Perco in it? Let alone how many boys out there are styling one of these babies?
Got the onboard charger.
3-bank onboard charger on a 14-foot aluminum boat.
And now it's mounted.
And it's, hey guys, it ain't going anywhere.
Tell us about why you mounted it that way.
2 reasons. Number 1, to get it elevated above water level, as high as possible, right below the deck, and being able to access it right next to your batteries, and you can also view the panel as well. And also check out here. You can see my first run over on this side. You can check out my first bank. It's a 3-bank charger, so I got 1, 2, 3. First bank is designated for the house battery, which runs, the wiring runs right through here, really clean. Nothing's gonna rub. Everything's locked in, and it's gonna be tight. There's gonna be no give, no play. High above the bottom of the well here, keeping it away from water if any water gets inside as well, moisture, etc. Same thing as well with the charger, high off the deck as much as possible, as far, or say off the bilge as possible. Stay away from water. So that's solid. So all the wiring's all going to be harnessed and strapped in. It's not going to be loose wires, not going to be spaghetti. Everything's going to be designated. It's like a highway going to a designated area. So when you have an issue, you know where you're at and know how to disassemble and get to where you need to get to. Plus the Perco, check out the Perco. The Perco on the backside as well. I placed it there for two reasons. Accessibility, number one, to operate it. And number two, on the flip side, come on the flip side here, you can also disconnect it real quick. Bass boats, they're mounted inside. You can't get to them. Here, you can get right there in, and you can get to the backside, and you can dismantle, take apart your connections real quick. On the water, doesn't matter. I had a Perco go out on me on DVL. And when your Perco goes out on you, that's like a pacemaker. That's like a heart. That's the heart of the boat. And guys don't talk about this, to be honest with you. And they don't go out that much, but when your Perco goes out, you're done. Everything shuts down. You're literally no power. Everything's designated and goes through the Perco system. So key is that you can jump it too. Most guys aren't capable of doing that. But the fact is that it'll strand you. You'll be stranded on the water. So Percos can go out, but I made it accessible so you can take it apart and access the wiring on the backside too. And it's convenient because it's right there. When you open the hatch, you'll be able to see it and turn it off and on. And we're good on that. So, and as far as the trays for the batteries, those are all custom mounted brackets that are adjacent to the structure, the sidewall structure here. That sidewall structure right there it saved me, and I can anchor my trays in there. So think about it, guys. If you've ever been in an aluminum boat or you fished in one full time or what have you, everything's slopping and falling and sliding around the deck or inside the boat. Here we're going to be locked down. You know, we're going to be locked down, no give. You're not going to be bouncing around, breaking wires, damaging batteries. Trays, everything's locked down, stationary, and I'm working on a deal to get the battery or the gas tank also locked down over there too, somewhat. Not completely fixed, but just so it's not going to be sloshing around. And then I also have another pump. In fact, just step over and grab that pump right there. Just while we're here, I'm gonna end up bringing the pump down. This is the actual aerator pump. I'm gonna step it down and bring it down about right here, and I'm gonna put an inline. Just imagine the pump being here. Here's where the intake is, but just imagine the pump coming in. I'm gonna do an inline valve right here. This inline valve will be a lifesaver. The inline valve will, literally, if that aerator pump breaks, shuts down or something, that's a 1-inch diameter. You're coming in. Water's coming in quick. It means you're going to sink this boat real fast. You do an inline valve.
Worry warts.
You do an inline valve. You shut that down right there. If that pump breaks off or fails, you have an issue with it, you shut it down right there with a manual valve. Done. Okay. So just the little things like that, you know, sounds kind of like, well, that's extra work. Yeah, it's extra work, but the fact is, it's talking about life and death here, safety as well. Plus, I'm going to fabricate a little bracket to come off and mount this through bolt. I say through screw. I'm going to cut all the excess thread off of there, and I'll tie it in, hose, clamp it in, and it'll be a done deal there. So, not a lot of storage space back in here. There'll be a little storage space on that side of the battery. There'll be some storage space on this side of the battery, and actually underneath the charger, this 3-bank charger, there's a little bit of room there. You needed to like stow something you wanted to keep that you don't use too much, you can stow underneath there as well. So that in itself, trolling motor, this 6-gauge wire. The 6-gauge wire is going to run right through, and I'll have it hooked up to the 24-volt system. And this will be ran clean. This is all going to be, everything's going to be channeled through Everything's going to be channeled through and harnessed through, and it's going to be clean, real clean, mounted. So you're not going to see wires dangling, flopping on the bottom of the boat. You know, it's not going to be any of that. Everything's going to be elevated, raised, and fixed accordingly with enough slack in there for movement as well.
We didn't run lithiums because one lithium was the cost of 3 of these blue tops. So yeah, there you go.
See, for example, like this battery right here, here's number 2. Number 2 is going to split off for number 2. This is going to be number 3. And number 3 is going to be split off for number 3 battery. So 1, 2, 3. And you got it in line here too as well for 3 bank. So, and then we'll have plug. And then we have our plug to charge the charger. Will be coming through the top cap on the deck here.
Nice.
And we'll work that out. And this is the motor battery cables for the motor going to the house battery. This is for starting, for cranking, and for the house. Electronics, accessories, and the motor only. Going back to these 2 batteries again, it's 24-volt system. Designated trolling motor only with an inline bus
Circuit
breaker on there too. So everything's going to be, breakers in between. A lot of electrical. Just FYI, this last trip we went over to West Marine, just in wire connectors, mainly, and some stainless hardware, we were at five and change.
Yeah, I've gone a little bit over budget.
That was 5 but that was 5 and change, and that was with 100 and something, what discount you got when
on a return
on the wire? No, the wire.
Oh yeah. You
got a discount on the wire. You met their price.
Price match.
Price match on that. But the fact is, realistically, guys, FYI, because this is going in salt water, you know, you need thermo heat shrink connectors. They insulate and really seal out the moisture on all your connectors. They're very expensive. Stainless is expensive. Wiring, everything is for marine grade is expensive, but you have to use it for when you're going out in the salt water. This boat's going to be all over the place, and I'm looking longevity too. I don't want this guy calling me next year, 2-3 years from, hey man, what's up with this? Why, whatever. Well, my end of it, what I've done, my personal part, what I've touched here, I'll back it up. I don't have I can't take full credit for a lot of it, but be honest with you, what I'm doing now, this fabbing and what I'm doing with the electrics and stuff, I'll take responsibility for it. But I'll tell you what, I want you to be out there fishing. That's the key. Fishing, slinging those big girls over the side, and not having to worry about batteries, your gas tank, shorts, Key is that nobody likes a breakdown. Hand me that water, please.
While we give this man a little water break, somebody asked how big the gas tank was. Well, in the first rendition of the Dream Machine 1.0, I ran a 6-gallon tank, and I think I might have filled it up twice. So all that extra fuel was dead weight and dead space, so we shrunk it down to a 3-gallon tank for this bad boy. And Alex, we do have LED navigation lights for both the stern and the bow. They have not yet been installed. What's up, Will Brown? All good. We got some other upgrades on the way on the next build. Just got the foot pedal for the Riptide Ulterra. That bad boy is ready to rock. Found a potential mounting solution for that same trolling motor for the live scope bracket, so stay tuned to see how that pans out. And yeah, just a lot of little things that we still need to get in, like this nav light that we were just talking about, and hopefully we can get this thing on the water for a float test to see what kind of weight distribution situations we may be facing before we really lock things down. Yes, sir. That's exactly right, Jeremy. We're just trying to be on the front end of things and build it the right way the first time with the right components. Yeah, Dustin, I'm not a guy that spends a lot of time running a big motor, whether it's a 14-foot aluminum or a 250 horse Verado on my other dream machine. I'm a fisherman, man. I put that trolling motor down and go.
Hammer down.
Hammer down. No, Leroy, I've been too busy with this project and a couple other projects to get out on the water yet. No, Will, we are not doing a recessed trolling motor pedal. It's not really necessary. If you notice, this is the electronic style of pedal. It's got a pretty low profile. So there really isn't much need for a recess. And honestly, I don't know if we had enough room for it. So it'll just kind of float around for now. Just got word from SeaDeck today. Template with the first draft has come through. It's gonna look pretty sweet. Yeah, man. John Foster, what's going on, man? Oh, well, you know, this is a great opportunity for us to touch in on this. So the biggest reason I am building this boat project is, number one, I need a functional second boat. I don't want to put my Intracoastal Ranger, even though it's fully capable, in the saltwater, but I do want to fish more spotted bay bass and calico bass stuff here on the coast because I live way too close to the coast now. And number two, this is a great opportunity to relive and rebuild my first boating experience and share that with you guys here. And obviously we're going above and beyond what I did 10 plus years ago with my amateur fabrication and just skills with, you know, boat building altogether. So this time we're going to do it right, do it the way I wanted it to do the first time, and really put everything I ever wanted on that first boat on this existing boat. But she will be fully functional. Here in Southern California, we have issues with boat inspections and being able to fish multiple bodies of water. So this will pretty much give me access to a bunch of lakes that I otherwise wouldn't have the ability to fish. And yes, Mr. Julio, we are putting SeaDeck directly over this treated marine grade plywood. It is stick and or peel and stick, 3M adhesive, super easy. We appreciate you, Jeremy. Just trying to do our part, man. Sam, we will be adding flotation. We are weighing a couple different options with spray foam and some other ingenious ideas. And Mr. Matt Wilson, these are 27 series Optima Blue Top Marine Deep Cycle batteries. So I will never have power issues. They are a little bit lighter than the competitors. Weight obviously is an issue, as many of you guys have seen. So, you know, shedding 15 to 20 pounds per battery is going to add up. That's awesome, man. Mr. Alex Cox, glad you enjoy the build. Sean, there are always hats on the website. We have a request for you, Mr. Goat. Do you know what the GOAT acronym stands for, Kelly? It's the greatest of all time. So somebody would
They're robbing that off of somebody.
Well, in this space, as far as custom aluminum boat builds and being a bass fisherman, I think you are definitely up there in that conversation. Someone wants you to explain the custom transom brackets, and I'm not really sure what he means by the custom transom brackets.
Oh, you're talking about the deck. Those are the deck's reinforcement brackets for the deck. He's talking about. I'm sure.
Okay.
All these brackets there.
Yep, just some aluminum angle, 3/16 inch 2x2
They're
angle.
all built. Yeah, but they're all bent to. I believe it's a 28 degree angle. I believe it's a 28 degree angle. And just to keep it level, because the transoms go at an angle, so like roughly like 28 degrees. So now you got to come flat and level to have your decking. That's why that bracket's like that.
Thank you, sir. And good tip, Jake. We will definitely be careful with the spray and pour foam, considering pouring it into other containers before, instead of just like dumping it straight into the freaking open compartments, because that would be a nightmare.
No, no spray foam other than be minimal on the spray foam. The flotation, what do they call those again? The noodles. What are they
Pool
called?
noodles.
Pool noodles. There's one on the ground right there, isn't there? Or no, or there was one in the boat.
Yeah, we'll get to that part in the future part of the build.
Yeah, it's something down the road.
Real kayaking. Why not lithium? Because I am not rich. 3 lithium batteries would be about $3 grand. And like I said, I'm already over budget. So 3 blue tops will be more than sufficient. And Matt Ford, you know, we live in California for 3 main reasons, brother. It's a beautiful weather, it's beautiful women, and the beautiful food.
Yep.
So
in that order.
Yeah. Lucas, we are actually going to be installing a Garmin Echo Map, or Echo Map, I'm sorry, Plus 93 SV, touchscreen, side view, down view, quick chart capable, and I actually just ordered a second one to put here in the cockpit because apparently I need a second graph on this thing.
Saw that coming.
Yeah. Oh well.
We don't do things halfway here.
No, we don't. So, like we said, this is you know, this is a boat project that's akin to when some of those guys bling out a $15 Casio watch and put 250 grand worth of diamonds and gold all over it. This will be the fishing equivalent. But you know what? We're gonna have a hell of a time fishing and catching and chasing big bass dreams out of it. I mean, don't get it twisted. This is gonna be a fully functional fishing machine with all the amenities and tools that I have become accustomed to, and frankly, I've been working all my life to be able to utilize. So this is a lifelong dream, guys. Don't get this twisted. You know, I'm not a young pup no more. And yes, Panoptic Live Scope is definitely going on this bad boy. Nice, Jake. We'll check out that Hobie stuff. And Dustin, 8-foot swimbait rods fit just fine on this thing. Trust me, we already tested
We're gonna
that.
lay one down here in a minute.
Oh,
Christmas again.
What's up, Manny? How you doing, man? So, you know, one of the things I love doing is surprising the friends of mine that put so much hard work, soul, and passion into helping me. This man has been working literally day and night, waking up with an idea, coming out in his garage and wrenching on this thing and building this and fabricating that at all times of the day. So the least I could do was hook this man up here. And we got him a new toy. He's gonna...
Oh, man. It's just what I needed, too. Just what the doctor ordered. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I got a plan right now. You're just scoping out how I'm going to do the wiring.
Okay.
Right? Running. I'm going to run my... You know, I just don't take something and go with it. I look at my options.
And you run through all the scenarios.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could just take it and, like, somebody can throw a Christmas tree together. But then there's people that plan it out right and they got a beautiful Christmas tree. This is not a Christmas tree. This is a boat. But we're going to do it right. And
that was an interesting
now I'm going to take and run my actual charging batteries, wires, and I'm going to run those below the harness. This is the harness that's going to conceal the
6-gauge.
It's a 6-gauge trolling motor that I'm going to have, and right below it I'm going to harness and have the battery charger wires right below that, and it's going to be real clean. You're not even going to see the wires once they get below. This harness will be on top. So that's kind of a cosmetic thing, but it's just a clean way of doing it right, you know?
Very cool.
So I'm going to do that. It'll be cool. I'll have that done tonight, that part of it. Have to make another run to West Marine. I hate to say it, but it's just we can't get away from there. You can't get everything at once. And I went through a lot of stainless hardware too, tons of it, and keep going through it.
My man Jake wants to know, have we thought about using a micro power pole?
Micro power pole. Merry Christmas!
Hey, look at that!
Look what we have here, boys.
Courtesy of my man and brother, Dimension.
Look what we have here.
Where are we gonna mount that?
It's gonna go on the back transom, right above water level. Bolt. It'll be a bolt through, and no foot control, but we got a wireless here.
So we'll probably mount that up on that front panel when that goes back up, right? Just so we can have access to it while
you want
fishing.
to do it, you know.
That makes the most sense to me.
Put it on a gold chain.
Well, cool, man. You know, that about sums up this current update on the build. Why don't you show them your new toy? Let's see how that sets up on the front deck of this tiny little boat. That's almost an 8-foot rod. So yeah, that's something I surprised Kelly with before we went out for a late lunch. What's up, Chris? What's up, Will? We're gonna be able to sit 2 to 3 rods on each side quite comfortably, and with the deck extensions, we're not gonna have any tips, you know, kind of laying over the edges of the open cockpit here. It's gonna work out great, and this is gonna be a very minimalist fishing approach. So when I'm taking this thing out, I am not going to bring the entire arsenal with me. We're gonna go out there with the game plan, with the hypotheses, and see what we can put together. And maybe go find a punch bite, huh? Tell me about your new toy. What you got there?
Man, I can't see for nothing anymore when it comes to fine print, but this is the Orochi.
And here's a disclaimer. Kelly, are you Megabass Pro staff?
No.
Okay, so you have no affiliation with the brand, really.
No, I don't. I've fished yours.
You're just a fan.
Oh, I love them. They're solid. They're solid. I mean, they've done their homework, taken it to a whole other level as well. Components. I mean, from the tip all the way to the butt, all the way through, solid. I mean, everything's machined, quality, high end. And first thing I asked you, is this rod balanced? I didn't mean to insult anybody, but you know, that's the first thing. I mean, is the rod really balanced? A lot of times manufacturers don't consider it and take consideration with weights of the reels. You know, and it all depends. Yeah, you can get crazy with too light of a reel or too heavy, but I'd rather be lighter than heavy. I don't like a lot of tip action as far as weight on the front end, because you're going to load it up no matter what. But after seeing what this bad boy can do, oh my gosh. Yeah, this stick right here is good for trebles or straight hooks. Either or on the big bait end of it. I'll do all of it, you know, with this. From punching all the way to probably 3/8 ounce swim baits and stuff. Yeah, I would do that. And to be honest with you, you could do a little top water action with this too, possibly.
Yeah, I was actually throwing a Mega Dog on it.
On some of the top water baits that would work really well with this. In fact,
a little shorter handle.
Oh, yeah, I got one. I got one. Hey, stray rats.
There you go.
You know what? Yeah. All right, Jesse. Want to check this one out with the stray rat.
And
see what we can do with that.
And Kelly's got himself that is an Orochi XX Atlas. Designed for punching, flipping, light swim baits. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's a versatile blank. Very versatile, and it's not heavy at all. I'm impressed. Very impressed. Once I got the reel on and just check it out and balance it out. Yeah, this is nice.
Awesome.
So like I say, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but quality goods right here.
You know, we're getting a question about favorite pre-spawn lures. Maybe it's time for us to do another YouTube live session with that topic in mind. What do you think, Kelly? Maybe sometime this week, tomorrow or Friday night?
I don't see anything. I mean, right now, I'm just so wrapped up into this. I got my head so wrapped into this right now. It's night and day, just, you know, focusing on this. You know, I don't even want to think about fishing right now because it would tear me apart, because this is my little world right now. Getting it. Once I get this out of the way, all right. It's gonna
all right, so stay tuned. Pre-spawn's going to extend into the...
Game on.
well into May and June even in some parts of the country. So
Yeah,
Tommy says he'll fix that for you, by the way, as far as the rod's concerned. So shout out to Big Tommy over there at Performance Tackle.
Hi, Tommy.
And yeah, that's about it, guys. We're about half an hour into this update. So we're going to let Kelly get back to work here and let the rest of you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Go back and watch the other videos in this series. It's going to be ongoing. Lots of good stuff coming. Now I can almost see the finish line. We need to get this thing on the water. Shh, don't worry, Martin. We know all about those lakes. Later, Kelly. Good work, brother. You guys have a good one. Say bye, Kelly.